This is Little Ruckomechi Camp. In a separate video I've done for their main camp, which is Ruckomechi. This is Little Ruckomechi. It's very close to the main camp, but it's designed mostly for family groups or small travel groups. So there's only 3 rooms here. Each of them are double or twin bedded. They can make provision for putting a separate mattress into the room if you like, but the rooms are quite close together, and so it works very well as for families and friends traveling together, and you get the entire place to yourself. So that's a great thing to enjoy your safari on. From a game viewing perspective, you game view exactly the same private concession area here in Mana Pools, which is right over on the western side of Mana Pools. It's their own concession area, and so you game view the same area that the main camp does. So you will see other vehicles when you go out game viewing, but here in camp you generally get the whole place to yourself. So that's the basic thing here, and I'll just take you through the dining area, and then later there'll be a little video there showing what the room looks like. But this is what the main dining area looks like. So over on the side here you've got a little plunge pool, just to get rid of the heat of the day, which I can tell you when you get to the latter part of the year, talking from kind of mid-September onwards, that's a very welcome place to spend time, and you can just cool off inside there and watch out. And then you've got out here, you've got this big wetland type area, which is all fed by the Zambezi River, and you can see there in the distance the actual Zambezi River, and you're actually looking over there into Zambia on the other side. So that's the general layout, and then you can see out here you can eat underneath the trees as people are doing now, and then you've got these 2 living areas which are all tented. So you've got a nice big dining room table with some lounge chairs there, and you've got all the drinks that you could ever require, and water and so on there, and a coffee station up there, so keep yourself nice and comfortable. And then it's kind of mirrored again on the other side here. Not sure exactly why they need 2 of them, but you do have these 2 lounge areas. This one is obviously a bit more for relaxing, and there's various board games and books and so on. That's all there for you to relax in during the heat of the day or at night time before dinner. Of course, the fire pit outside, where you can enjoy early morning, or when you come back from a game drive in the evening, sit around there with a cold drink or a hot cup of coffee, very nice. And then they've got a little loo just over here which you can use if you're down here, so you don't have to go back to your rooms. And right over there in the far distance you can actually see the main camp itself, but it is away from here. So anyway, so that's the general layout of the camp, and it's only 3 rooms, so very, very nice for small travel groups that want to keep things as private as possible. So there we go, that's Little Ruckomechi. These are the rooms at Little Ruckomechi. I've shown you in a separate video clip about the main dining area and about the camp, but this is what one of the rooms looks like at Little Ruckomechi. There's 3 of these units, so it is a small little camp, so very intimate, but this is what one of the rooms looks like at Little Ruckomechi. So I'm just going to turn the camera around, and you can see this is your view that you get from your room. So you can see the main Zambezi River there with this big floodplain open grassland type area in the front, where there's always going to be hippos and elephant and impala and waterbuck and so on out there. So game viewing happens all the time when you're at camps like this. And these camps are not fenced either, so there's always, you know, the odd elephant that will walk through here, or and kudu or whatever, and sometimes even the big predators come right through here. Anyway, let's take you through the actual room. So you can see the front of the room is all this gauze netting in the front here, and you've got a couple of nice relaxing chairs on your deck here, and then there is a curtain which they can drop down if it's a cool day, or lots of wind or anything like that, or when the weather's not correct, they can drop that down as well. But during the night, on a nice full moon night, you'll be able to see outside there and see what happens. To the room itself, so you got it's all gauze, as you can see, with this kind of canvas and pole sides to the room, and then proper doors, as you can see here. And then going inside, nice big king size bed, can be separated, and for families it is possible that they could put a separate mattress on the floor down here. There's enough space for that. It's a little bit tight, but there is enough space to do that. And you've got overhead fan and desk fans to help keep you cool, especially important in these hot months. When we're talking like from mid-September through to early November, it gets very hot down here. So having these fans is a really welcome addition. And then through into the bathroom area, you've got some nice basins there, and your mirrors and lighting. And then over there is your shower, all very smart. It's all plumbed in with hot and cold water, so you can have that any time of the day or night that you would like a nice hot shower or a cold shower, whichever you prefer. You've got a desk here with all your charging ports, so you can do, and there is Wi-Fi in the rooms as well, so if you need to send messages or do any work, that's also possible here. And you've got some nice cupboard space with a little safe and extra blankets and so on, as you can see there. And again, there's another little space in here, which again, if you wanted for smaller kids, you could make, they would be happy to put a little mattress down here as well. Keep them at the back of the room. And then inside there is your flush loo, that's all plumbed in. So yeah, a nice room, not as big as the rooms that you have at their main camp, but I think very adequate for a nice safari stay here. And as I've said before, this camp is really designed for families or for small groups, and you could take over the entirety of the camp as opposed to just one room. So it does give it a nice intimate feel here, that all of this is for you and no one else. But they do share the same game viewing concession, so you'll see other vehicles. That's not entirely exclusive, but the camp itself, you can have that exclusively, which is really nice. So that's one of the rooms at Little Ruckomechi.